It's 77 days to elections here in Ghana. Hello and welcome to News Today on your Joy News channel Multi TV. This bulletin is available on your Go TV channel 144 and your DSTV channel 421. Coming up, government justifies directive instructing regional education directors to refrain from issuing appointment letters to newly recruited teachers. Kenyan law professor calls for a shift from the formal education that produces degrees and other certificates to a system of education that would be able to change the minds and hearts of the African electorate and the politician. And later in the bulletin, we ask how well you know your road signs.
Okay. Stopping, no waiting. Left, sharp. Main point, okay. Sharp, right curve. Sharp, left curve.
We have details of these and a lot more, including updates in business, sports, entertainment, as well as some international news, all coming up in the next hour here on News Today. Stay with us. My name is Kwabna Chenche Hinebwati. Many thanks for joining us here on News Today. To our first story this hour, and a directive from the Ghana Education Service is instructing all regional directors to refrain from issuing appointment letters to newly trained teachers posted to their various domains until financial clearance is granted by the Finance Ministry. Now, the directive comes on the back of reports indicating the recruitment of teaching staff by some MMD directors and heads of some senior high schools. But speaking on the issue earlier today on the Super Morning Show, Deputy Education Minister Samuel Okudzeto-Ablakwa said the directive is in clear contravention to that of the ministry.
Begin by saying that I saw that on social media only last night.
Right.
I've been trying to reach Mrs. Busum Chisam if she indeed altered that.
Okay.
Because that directive or that notice to regional directors is at variance to what is going on now.
Okay.
As I speak to you, we issued a statement last week, last 2 weeks actually, spelling out the posting processes for this year. We have improved the system, made it electronic. So this time you don't have, as a graduate of the College of Education, you don't have to travel all the way to the regional director's office where your College of Education was to find out where you've been posted, and then you have to travel again to the region where you've been posted, go to the district director before you report to your posting location. It's been very cumbersome, the risk involved, travel expenses and all of that. So we've decided this year to automate the entire system and make it electronic. So we put out a statement that spelled out these new reforms, and then we also indicated we also indicated that we will put out the regional postings first, which we have done, and then we said they should check on the 21st, which is tomorrow, for the district and school postings, so they know the districts they have been sent to in the specific locations. So this notice, I'm here to check its authenticity. I have not received a copy. What I do know and what we've been working with is that the Ministry of Education is exempted from any such embargo. Ministry of Health, I also know, is exempted. You know, there's a net freeze ongoing. So for other sectors, you only replace staff that retire, that resign, or that are deceased. However, education and health are exempted, right, and we have been employing. We just finished employing 2,500 mathematics and science teachers. They've received their appointment letters. The graduates of the colleges of education. Last week we discussed the financial clearance with the finance minister. We have the approval to go ahead and employ all 16,432. However, the finance minister raised issue about the wholesale numbers, that auditors had raised concerns that there was some infiltration. So you give an institution financial clearance, say for 10,000, and some people who are not entitled to that get into the system. So for auditing purposes, making sure that.
Employment and Labour Relations Minister Haruna Idrisu meanwhile says the directive contained in the internal memo is to ensure that fake recruits are not put on government payroll. He's also been speaking on the Super Morning Show.
Weight that you put on this letter, there is a control aspect of this communication which was advised at the policy level. I chaired one of the meetings to which the Deputy Director General of Education, NGS officials participated in that meeting. Yeah. And we have issued a new government policy to validate data of all newly recruited teachers. So that is why you will see a paragraph in this letter saying that all those processes done must be forwarded to the GES headquarters to facilitate the validation, which involves the Office of the Auditor General.
Right.
And the validation is to authenticate when the particular person reported at post, when he resumed work. And there is a more significant control issue that this letter seeks to achieve. That don't declare the person so employed until you have financial clearance from the Minister of Finance. We have had instances in our validation where a number of persons recruited as teachers have worked 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. But per our new policy again as government, we pay arrears only for 3 months. This letter is seeking to communicate that.
Right.
That don't take the risk of declaring the person to be on the payroll when the person has no financial clearance from the Ministry of Finance. That has created some disjunct in terms of teachers claiming that I've worked for 1 year, 3 years, 4 years without being paid. When it
Away from that now, and a Kenyan law professor and the director and chief executive officer of the Kenyan Law School is proposing a shift from the formal education that produces degrees and other certificates to a system of education that will be able to change the minds and hearts of the African electorate and the politician. According to Professor Patrice Lumumba, the departure from the current educational system would help address the attitudinal issues that have left the continent on its knees. Richard Kojunyako has more in the following report.
One of the things that we must do is to change our political culture. And political culture requires, among other things, that we must know that in the modern democratic dispensation, leadership is about governance and about servant leadership. Africa must recognize that if Africa is to survive. The African electorate must also be educated. But one of the things that worries me, it appears that formal education, this education where we get degrees, does not appear to help. We need another kind of education. We need a kind of education that changes our minds and hearts, a kind of education that revolutionizes our minds and hearts. It is only that other.
Speaking on the theme, Political Reawakening, the first part of this year's series of the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Lecture at the University of Cape Coast, Professor Patrick Lumumba called for a revolution to halt what he calls the corruption and the wanton dissipation of the continent's resources through bad leadership and the uneducated electorate. The Kenyan law professor warned that if the African kind of politics that is riddled with corruption persists, the developmental and the economic challenges being experienced in Africa would worsen. He is thus proposing a shift from the formal education to an education that addresses attitudinal change.
Saying that one of the things that we must do is to change our political culture. And political culture requires, among other things, that we must know that in the modern democratic dispensation, leadership is about governance and about servant leadership. Africa must recognize that if Africa is to survive. The African electorate must also be educated. But one of the things that worries me, it appears that formal education, this education where we get degrees, does not appear to help. We need another kind of education. We need a kind of education that changes our minds and hearts, a kind of education that revolutionizes our minds and hearts. It is only that other kind of education that is going to change us. And that kind of education is the kind of education that I think Kwame Nkrumah was talking about. If you listen to Kwame Nkrumah quite clearly, if you listen to him quite clearly, you Ghanaians and fellow Africans, and I have carefully read Kwame Nkrumah and his numerous speeches, it is amazing that as early as 1960s, he had the wisdom to see that science and technology was at the very heart of human development. And he founded the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Today, I'm told that half of the graduates there graduate in humanities. You lost the script, so that the university is in danger of becoming a university of science and technology simply because it is its name.
Professor Patrick Lumumba is also urging the African electorate to question how African leaders rush into politics. He specifically wants the electorate to ask themselves why the politician would do anything to secure power, and whether all the struggles and promises are just to serve the people or to serve their own interests.
Some of you may be aspiring to positions of leadership in the political arena, but the question is, why do you want to lead? In Africa, the shortest route to ill-gotten wealth is political leadership. If you want to get wealth without working for it at all, join African politics. That is the truth everywhere in Africa except for very few places. The only place that stands out now in that regard is Tanzania with President John Pombe Magufuli. The rest in Africa, I do not know. Excuse me, I'm a visitor. They hunt and gather buildings and cars and money. And that is why African leadership does not attract our best men and women. And African electorate also responds to money. I do not know whether it happens here in Africa, in Ghana. The African electorate also expects to be bribed so that they can vote. And until the day we are able to exercise the ghost of ethnicity, among other things, and the ghost of corruption in Africa, Africa will never get good leaders.
The Nkrumah Memorial Lecture Series was instituted by the University of Cape Coast in 1974, and the lecture is dedicated to the memory of the late first president of the Republic of Ghana, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. The second lecture in a three-part series by the Professor of Public Law on Tuesday will dwell extensively on economic reorientation. Richard Kwejenyako, Joy News, Cape Coast.
Now, the SOS Children's Villages Ghana is calling for stronger advocacy for rights of the children in orphanages and foster homes. National Director Alex Ma Kekula observes reports of abuse in many orphanages and foster establishments gives cause for concern. Mr. Kekula was speaking at the commissioning of the Asokore Mampong SOS Children's Village Social Center in Kumasi in the Ashanti region. Join Mrs. Kwesi Debra reports.
Mr. Kekula stresses every child needs a second chance to become productive citizens. He says it is important children are nurtured by an adult and not left on their own.
But if they are not providing the right care, then that could be a concern, because every child needs a second chance in their life to develop their full potential to be a productive citizen. So the establishment of orphanages or foster home could be a good thing if we are doing the right thing for the children, and if the children are well protected, if they are not abused. But we have to be mindful where children are abused in orphanages, where children are not protected, where there are issues in the development of the children, we have to ensure that every child is protected, that there is a strong advocacy for the right of children.
The social center was financed by Sanlam and Enterprise Life. It provides children avenues to freely socialize, actively participate in educational activities like school concerts, art exhibitions, and workshops. Managing Director of Enterprise Life, Jacqueline Benyi, asked Ghanaians to contribute to creating an enabling environment for proper development of children.
We believe as a country, every single human development index we strive to perfect should be centered on the future generation, and where it's a better place to start this from than from our children, especially the vulnerable ones. All the gold, timber, bauxite, oil, and gross minimum incomes in Ghana can never replace the most important resource that we have, our children, our future. I therefore call upon every single business institution, civil society, and government not to rest their eyes in the provision of a better life for our future generation.
Asukwema Mponhene, Nana Boache and Sandebra appealed for more support for similar projects ongoing at the school.
Our main preoccupation at this inauguration should be to strengthen our efforts to solicit for more funds to take care of our children at SOS Village.
And that was a report by Kwesi Deborah. Away from that now on, she's a little girl battling for her life. 6-year-old Jemima Court's life is threatened by a hunchback. Jemima has undergone major surgeries to remove the growth, thanks to your support and kind donations. But doctors at the Focus Orthopedics Hospital say more procedures will be required to save her life. Join us, Zemefa Atiamwa Eli visited Jemima after a second surgery and reports she needs more money to continue her treatment.
Having raised a total of 70,000 Ghana cedis out of 94,000 Ghana cedis to cover her treatment, Jemima had her first surgery February this year. 6 months down the line, complications resulting from infections from her wounds took little Jemima back to the operating theatre to undergo another surgery. It's been a real battle for life, as she's not giving up. The characteristically cheerful Jemima was not in good spirits when I visited her this time. But despite the pain, Jemima was determined to come across as very active.
How are you feeling today?
Feeling good.
You're feeling good. Ah, aren't I happy to hear that? Jemima is feeling good. Where are your friends? I remember Fatima. Where is Fatima? You remember Fatima? Where is she? Today I didn't see her. She's gone home. Oh. So do you also want to go home? Why? Why do you want to go home?
Sunday.
You want to go home on Sunday? When you go on Sunday, what will you go and do? What do you want to go and do on Sunday? Tell me. If you tell me, maybe I'll help you to go. So tell me. Maybe I'll tell doctor that Jemima wants to go home on Sunday and do something. Then doctor will agree. So tell me so that I can tell doctor for you. Say, what do you want to go in?
My baby.
You want to go and hold your baby? Hey, which of your baby is that? What's the name of your baby?
Jethro.
Jethro. Oh, you've missed Jethro, eh? Okay, for those of you watching, Jethro is Jemima's younger brother. He's about 2 years old, and she seemed to be missing him at the moment. So that's what she's asking. She said she wants to go home on Sunday to see her younger brother, Jethro.
Dr. Mahmoud is one of Jemima's doctors. He tells me Jemima's slender body structure makes her case a peculiar one. He said Jemima needs to put on to protect the instruments that are being inserted into the hump.
Peculiar thing with Jemima is that she's too skinny. So the challenge is to put in an implant that is low profile that will not protrude through the skin. So that is essentially what we did. We put in a very low-profile implant. With this, I think it should hold. It should hold. But it will be nice if she puts on a little bit of weight so that at least there's enough subcutaneous tissue to cover her.
Jemima has 3 major additional surgeries to undergo. Though infections of this nature may occur, Dr. Mahmoud says its severity may increase the cost of treatment. Jemima currently has a bill of 40,000 Ghana cedis to clear as a result of complications and needs your support to get the life she needs badly.
You're watching News Today here on your Journey Channel Multi TV. It's also available on your Go TV channel 144 and your DSTV channel 421. We'll be back shortly to tell you some more about drivers and road signs. Stay on. Many thanks for staying on News Today. Let's do some more stories now. And traffic signs play a vital role in directing, informing, and controlling the behavior of road users to help make the roads safe for everyone. But how well do you know them? Although they may appear confusing to the eye, road signs have clear and concise meanings. But the real question is, does anyone actually care? Efo Evans Chenry has been finding out how well drivers know road signs and signals.
The stop sign is supposed to be one of the commonest and should ideally be easily recognized. Yet, the National Road Safety Commission reports that every year, more vehicles are involved in fatal crashes at some of these road signs. To get a driver's license, you need a DVLA theory examination first. This means you have to know the posted traffic signs or signals as a driver. You don't only have to know them, you have to abide by them as well. These signs help control traffic and reduce the number of accidents on our roads. This sign here tells you there's a speed bump ahead, so as a driver you need to slow down whilst approaching the side of the road. Most drivers I spoke to are not conversant with road signs. Some of them struggled identifying these signs, while others thought they had done very well by naming or identifying a few of these signs.
We say in the minimum stop and traffic lights. No stopping, no parking. What does it? No parking. No. Wait me age now. Will be just a second and no two car or no stopping. No Sunday or the own now cry. What does it? Zebra crossing. Sharp curve. Nah, dear. And see the papasa. Uncle driving school.
Well, this one means this is a bridge, right? And this also shows. It also tells you how the nature of the road is, that it widens and then it becomes smaller at a certain place. And then which one? And this one also, the same thing. Just as it's been drawn, it tells you how the road is. This one also tells you that it's broadened at a certain end, and then one side becomes narrower. And then which one? This one is a one-way road. It's a two-way road, which means a coming road and then going, right? And then this is an airport, right? So this tells you that there is that place is a cattle railing area. And which one next? Well, this one also. This one has escaped me a little bit. But this tells you it's a closed road. This is no parking, right? This tells you that you can park over there. And let me see, please. Okay, I think these are the few I can recollect.
We say I sit say yam parking or and I went to say no parking. And I symbol say I ramp or went to say I say bike and far bike in far. And I also Uduha Unye somewhere where Untumin fan for Anna will see a ramp. Anna, maybe.
I didn't
I'll put some in Buboni now. Okay, Udu symbol wins. That means Nkrofu Crossu Kwan. Baby, baby. I'm the master to us.
Okay, narrow bridge, no U-turn, rain crossing, zebra crossing, stopping, no waiting. Left, south, main point, okay. Sharp, right curve, sharp left curve. No blow horn, no truck passing, no taxi, no small vehicle passing, no parking.
Parking.
Okay, this is parking. Okay. No U-turn. There's a U-turn here. Y junction. One way. Traffic light. Basket crossing. Car crossing. Speed ramping. Sharp curve. Sharp right curve. Sharp left curve.
The common issues relating to misreading signs are revealed as breaking the speed limit.
There's no cattle ramping and U-turning on this very channel right here. This is your Joy News channel. But away from that story now, and groups are formed for various reasons. Here in Ghana, many groups have sprung up with different aims and aspirations, making the public wonder if these groups are formed for publicity reasons or to fight a cause. Derek Ekosam has been speaking to the leader of a group called the 10 Virgin Pastors, Apostle Job Entry, who says his group seeks to preach peace while maintaining sexual purity.
Hi, thanks for your time. This is Ghana, where we have a lot of associations. I remember sometime last year during the Easter festivities, I spoke to a group called the Ghana Drunkards Association with a simple theme, booze we, booze all. Today, I'm about to speak to a man who says he's the head of all the virgin pastors in Ghana. Apparently, there's a group called the 10 Virgin Pastors Association. So, Apostle Job Entry, you are welcome to Joy News.
Yeah, welcome, Joy News. I'm fine. I started preaching by 12 years. When I started preaching, I was very young. Since I started preaching, or since I was born to this earth, I haven't slept with any woman before. I am purely virgin. Because of this, when I pray to God, it goes straight to God. And God answers me directly. It's not easy. I'm a purely virgin. Since I was born, I haven't slept with any woman before. Now, when you want to come and join our society or our group, we will let you stand there and ask you very carefully. You swear before man and God that you haven't slept with a woman before. Because we don't want anybody to go and sleep with a woman and come and join our group. Because it can bring chaos to us.
No, but merely standing there and then swearing that you've never had sex, it's not enough proof to show that you're a virgin.
The reason is, when we want to come and join our group, we will ask you whether you have slept with a woman or not.
And then, and then I'll say no.
And swear. You will swear before God. We will let you swear. After that, we want to. We said we will let you say something bad to yourself that if you know you have slept with a woman before, that bad thing will come to you. Because we are very serious. We want God to answer our prayer.
What is the aim of this group?
The aim of this group is that we preach for Ghana peace.
So that's all you do?
Yeah, we pray for Ghana.
You don't preach to win souls for God?
We pray to win souls. But whilst we are in election year, for now, we pray for Ghana peace. And also we preach about peace.
So you are a virgin?
Yeah, I'm a purely virgin.
Have you ever kissed a woman before?
Oh, for kiss there, I've kissed with a woman before. Let me tell you the truth. Next year I will marry. If I tell the whole Ghana that a woman is not with me, I'm a liar.
So do you stay with the woman?
No, I don't stay with her because sometimes you come close to me. I've go and see her parents, but I haven't slept with her because I'll marry her.
But you have been kissing her.
Kiss, yeah, I've kissed one or two.
But why do you keep doing this? What does it mean?
No, I normally preach with signs.
Okay, so
this will show power. And when I do this, it show I'm power. It show power. That's why I normally say I'm rare. I'm rare, purely virgin.
But doing this, you don't think it will scare the woman you want to marry? Because this it means something else.
No. I don't normally go with this to my wife because it will not help. But I might not say my wife. I might say they use some English.
Fiance.
Yeah, fiance. Because I'm now about to marry her, but I haven't slept with her.
How long have you been dating her?
Oh, it's about 8 months. But he's not staying with me.
Do you at times feel the urge to have sex with her?
No. For now, I normally ejaculate. But if I say I haven't ejaculated before, I'm a liar.
How do you ejaculate?
Hey, when I'm about to wake up, around 5 a.m., 4 a.m., when I'm on my bed, I see that I've ejaculated. But I haven't slept with a woman before.
You mean erection? Like
yeah, erection.
Okay, because that's different from ejaculation.
Yeah, erection.
Okay, so it stands.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm very good man. Normally, I see myself that I stands. But now, I must wedded my wife before I must have sex with her.
You're watching news today here on your Journey channel Multi TV. We're taking a break. When we come back, we'll bring you some business news. Stay with us.